Good morning. Good morning. Sunday morning. Good morning. Sunday morning.
We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal and the world is not the same. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never came. Don't shine a light in my face, but the warning never came.
Nancy gonna cut you a check too late. 2 years after your funeral's paid, 2 years after the grave, she'll be a little stronger for all of the dollars she saved. Watching you wake, watching you cling to your family slipping away. Watch her do nothing but pray. Watch her condemn the Republicans, take them to brunch and then shrug it away. Now watch us be outraged half of a day, then pick a new hero to face our leaders and think they could beat them, playing the game they played since Pelosi had real human blood in her veins. They're all one and the same, sold off stocks and they all maintain that the risk was benign and the virus was tame. Flash forward and 40 Sunday mornings fade, 250,000 people in its wake and the cruise ship sailed today. So motherfucker, don't shine a light in my face. Wait.
Good morning. Sunday morning. Good morning.
Wait.
Sunday morning.
Wait. We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal and the world is not the same. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never came. Don't shine a light in my face. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never.
Hey, what about you, eyeballs? What did you see?
It couldn't have been me, sir. I was front row in my AOC t-shirt, foie gras sucking on a press release, sir. My head down, fourth shot, good little sheep, sir. Sit down, sweetie. The adults are gonna speak first. They trust the science and they're terrified of research. Here to thank our healthcare heroes, they've been feeding to the burnout, feet first. Until suddenly they dip mid-shift, take a header off a bridge. Such a shame, they were really such a sweet nurse. Now they'll never get the card and the cold slice of pizza meant to thank them for their teamwork. Now they'll never get the baggie full of checks mixed, which would be the one reward they'd see for the moms they had to intubate. And the countless cries of grief since we've been haunted by the specter of the C word. Now all the applause for our healthcare heroes rings a very hollow note because we played it out like Freebird. See, add the ones and zeros in our fragile checks and balances are checks for all the wealthy who have such unholy talents that we think it's patriotic that we all got zero balances. And re-elect Pelosi so she'll face our toughest challenges. Which is analogous to water for a drowning man. Nancy disregards our impoverished with a spiteful and dismissive little waving of her withered hand. Cause 500,000 freezing on the streets is Biden's winter plan. And I bet you swore they told you were voting for a different man. But really all you wanted was a different man. It didn't make a fucking difference if he finishes the previous inhabitant's agenda and starts auctioning protected land. Biden's born to leap at any war a donor's check demands. Turns out that you can't cure greed once it infects a man. Once they lose respect for human life and focus all their fucking efforts on the oil baron rescue plan. Honey, what are we to Hecuba or Hecuba to us that if she's starving we should give a damn? Why should we be moved to tears if someone isn't eating? We won't even recognize that food is essential to our being. It's just us and motherfucking Israel who will not guarantee that food's a basic human right. Because starvation is our favorite tool of genocide disguised as sanctioned democratic healing. That's me in the corner, losing my religion, gouging out my eyes and then dancing on the ceiling. Jesus fucking Christ, what a feeling.
Hey, what about you, eyeballs? What did you see?
They'll gladly pay you by the hour for a minute or so, so you can sign off on the towers where they'll piss on your home. And if you feel like you're just powerless to answer them no, it's 'cause you are. They'll gladly pay you by the hour for a minute or so, so you can sign off on the towers where they'll piss on your home. And if you feel like you're just powerless to answer them no, it's 'cause you are. It's 'cause you are. They'll gladly stagnate a living wage, snap the chains, bury it. Labor slaves in rusty cages dragged behind a chariot, led by Mr. Racial Jungle, Joseph or Iscariot, fighting over scraps as they barrage us all with variants and BuzzFeed clickbait, straight until we're paralyzed, trying to distract us from the concentration camps that Joe had swore he'd close but only chose to amplify, where they got 50-something kids in cages made for 5 to occupy. And no, she hasn't seen the camps, but Harris swears they're paradise. She tells us the facilities are safe, and that right down to the women, they are regularly sterilized. Then she throws her head back and she proceeds to laugh, that sort of heartless cackle you'd expect from someone working steadfastly on behalf of the virus and a Congress full of parasites. And where was I? I was busy cashing every blue check, demonstrating plainly all the narratives expected from the verified. I was busy breeding verbal leeches by the terabyte. Train them to exsanguinate the wealthy while they sleep at night. Bleed the oil barons dry and barren, say they showed us how to share and now we share alike. Tell them I contracted rabies from a feral mic. Now I'm just another species losing sleep to noise pollution and these glaring lights, forced to change its habits and adapt to just survive. But now it's safe to say that some of us are thriving in the moment, throwing shit on presidential homes beneath the Paris skies. So if you feel like you're just powerless, I guess you bought the lie. But I can tell they're petrified of our collective might, 'cause I can hear those gentrifiers weeping at the sight of our collective rights. And I only can imagine the intensifying fear of knowing revolution's near, and all that's left to do is simply wallow in the thick anticipation of a rabid bite. And baby, one day you can ask your leaders just what that was like before you grab a slice. So if you think you're powerless, allow me now to change your mind. Honey, if you think you're powerless, allow me now to change your mind. See, they'll pay you hourly, tax them each apart, and build a shining tower out of loopholes and cards, and tell you that you're powerless to keep you in the dark, because you aren't, because we aren't. You see, they'll pay you hourly, tax them each apart, and make you build a shining tower out of loopholes and cards, where they'll tell you that you're powerless to keep you in the dark, because you aren't, because we aren't.
IndependentLeft.news. Indie.
What's up, Indie?
Indie News Network.
Indie. I get news from Independent Left.
IndependentLeft.news.
IndependentLeft.news.
Indie Left Media.
Independent Left News.
Indie Left. Independent Left News.
Independent Left Media.
Indie Media.
Indie Left.
Indie.
Indie.
Indie Left News.
Indie Left.
Hi, Indie!
Indie Left News.
Subscribe to Indie News Network.
We're world building.
Your way of assisting, I feel like, is really cool.
IndependentLeft.news.
Independent Left News.
I'm a huge fan.
He created INN.
The founder of Independent News Network.
Indie is the founder of Indie News Network.
Thank you, IndependentLeft.news.
A huge thank you and shout out to Indie Left.
Everyone check out Indie Left News.
Hey, Indie Left.
IndependentLeft.news.
Indie.
Hi, Indie.
Indie Left. Indie Left News.
Indie News.
Independent Media.
Independent Left News has done an amazing job.
Well, hi everybody. It's Sunday night. Hi everybody. It is how did we miss that? This is Indy, as you probably can figure out from the little thing that's bouncing around my mouth. And if you're on the podcast, hi everybody, this is Indy. And I got this guy sitting next to me. His name's Reef. Everybody. Oh, he's soft. He's mild-mannered Reef tonight, apparently. Everybody. Like Warren has been a streaming monster all weekend long. Shout out to Uncle Warren. I'm sure he'll be in the chat soon. We've got family already here. We got a bunch of stories. I'm fired up. I am ready to go. I don't know what else to say other than to get started, which is to welcome everybody to How Do We Miss That? And How Do We Miss That is a show and podcast. Yes, we are a podcast too, and we're now up to date. By the way, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're streaming live on Rockfin and YouTube and Twitch. We're live on Rumble and Facebook and Twitter and Odyssey and Telegram. And guess what? We're also live at IndieLeft.news. If you go there, we're actually streaming at the top of the site. It's pretty badass. Sunday nights, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. That's right now. Available on all of your favorite podcast platforms. And like I was saying, on Spotify, we now can upload video. And I've made the last 4 versions into a video version of the podcast. So it doesn't have boats, and it eliminates the 10 or 15 minutes of music that we play beforehand. And it's just a cut down version of the news stories. And that way the audio goes out to all the other podcast platforms, but it's still a video version, which you can actually watch on Spotify, which is really cool. And it actually picks a video up in the newsletter, which I like even better. So How Do We Miss That is hosted by me. I'm Indy. I'm the founder and editor of Independent Left News and Indie Media Today, which is our Substack. And then I got this guy again, Reef Breland, and he's INN's technical director, and he's the founder of INN News and the host of Reefer After Dark, both the channel and the show, which is Friday nights when he goes live with that. We're both founding members of Indie News Network. You see somewhere the INN spinning with in the middle of the O and the How Do We Miss That? Okay, that's a collaborative family of 23 independent content creators. When we actually talk to all of them, some of them are on break right now. Shout out to all my INN family. All the stories were featured in IndependentLeft.news this week between Sunday and Friday. So I scraped a bunch of them. Again, there's tons of stories. It's impossible to keep up with this fire hose of developing news all week long. These are just 4 of the stories out of the hundreds that we can cover. Please make sure to share this link, like the stream, subscribe to our channel, all the platforms where you watch and listen. We're literally everywhere. And definitely want to always say thank you to the volunteers and the people who make the show possible, which is Bigmadcrab, who does all of our thumbnails, and he's our creative director. And we've got Jimi, who made that amazing trailer, and Jimi Saves World on Twitter, and IMIJ Productions. Follow her on Twitter and Twitch as well. She's doing some live streaming, and she's got a new show called What? And she's also on Rockfin now. So congratulations to Jimi on Rockfin. Fantomas Fanto does all of our editing, video editor. Fred Edward and Chris Gilman on the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagram, sharing out there, making sure that everybody's out there. And today and this weekend, Fred Edward's been a absolute hero with the RBN Summit and sharing out all the different panels and tagging people. I mean, that's MVP level stuff. That's huge, and I'm sure they love it, and I certainly appreciate it. Again, we talked about The podcast of this stream, which is available free to download on all your podcast platforms, anchor.fm/independent left news, Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify also has the video version. Search for How Did We Miss That? Subscribe, leave us 5-star rating. That'd be badass. Thank you so much. Hi to everybody in the chat. Looks like we got some a nice crowd already here. Rockfin.com/IND left news. Everybody can hang out over there too. Ad free. Please go check out rockfin.com/IND left news. Support our channel over there. We're getting close to 2,500 followers on Rockfin already. That is a growing platform. It's actually bigger than our YouTube platform. And when we're going to go live, I'm actually going to be able to put the Rockfin chat up too. So if you're over there, that's great. Nikki, hi everybody. Kelly, Gira, Rick, Warren. There's Warren in the chat. What's up, fam? How you doing, Warren? I think the chat's going to look right. So let's get over to it now. Warren, you can Warren. Reef, you can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Good. Hey, okay, good. Chat looks good. Like to see that. We probably should mess with Nightbot at some point. I gotta get into Nightbot. All right, so we got our kick-ass little thumbnail, not little thumbnail, but
I gotta get it a Nightbot. Write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down. I feel like Van Wilder now. Okay, so we're getting into our awesome thumbnail. We got 5 stories. Ticketmaster getting away with it, and so Crab set me up with a bunch of layouts, and I filled it in and laid it out even more, moved some stuff around. It's like, okay, here we go. So first story is going to be, sedition? Yes, sedition. Literally, they're talking about sedition. What are we talking about here? So apparently,
this is a family show.
Yeah,
the word sedition,
right? So all of us are in danger when anti-government speech becomes sedition, and that's what I wanted to talk about here. This is in Off Guardian, which is an outstanding publication. John and Nisha Whitehead, in this case, Kit Knightley. They've done a lot of great work, so big fan of theirs. Support them. Censorship, okay? And they quote Lenny Bruce, and this is kind of a long one, but again, this is all about government censorship and what can we do and what's happening here. And this is they go back to Lenny Bruce. If you can't say fuck, you can't say fuck the government, right? And they'll come back to this later. That anti-government speech has become a 4-letter word. In more and more cases, and there's a lot of also in the UK, the government is declaring war on what should be protected political speech wherever it challenges the government's power, reveals the government's corruption, exposes the government's lies, and encourages citizenry to push back against the government's many injustices. Yep. Right. Indeed, there's a long and growing list of the kinds of speech the government considers dangerous enough to red flag and subject to censorship, surveillance, investigation, prosecution. Hate speech, conspiratorial speech, treasonous speech, threatening speech, inflammatory speech, radical speech, anti-government speech, extremist speech, etc. Hi, Carl. Now we've got our FBI handler listening. Thanks. Things are about to get even dicier for those who believe in fully exercising their right to political expression. We know this, right? Indeed, the government's seditious conspiracy charges against Stuart Rhodes, founder of the Oath Keepers, and several of his associates for their alleged involvement in the January 6th Capitol riots puts the entire concept of anti-government political expression on trial. Interesting. We're not supporters of the Oath Keepers and what they did on January 6th. I want to make that clear right here. All right. I'm not a fan, but I understand. And they were also led and still, and it's a whole thing, but it was not a thing. It's a riot and enacted during the Civil War to prosecute secessionists. Seditious conspiracy makes it a crime for 2 or more individuals to conspire to, quote, overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the U.S. government, or to levy war against it, or to oppose by force and try to prevent the execution of any law. Unquote. It's a hard charge to prove, and the government's track record hasn't been the greatest. And there's links showing how and why. So it's been almost a decade since the government tried to make a seditious conspiracy charge stick against a small Christian militia accused of plotting to kill a police officer and attack attendees at his funeral in order to start a civil war, and it lost the case.
Damn.
Yep. Although the government was able to show that Cudery had strong anti-government views, the judge ruled in U.S. v. Stone that, quote, offensive speech and a conspiracy to do something other than forcibly resist a positive show of authority by the federal government is not enough to sustain a charge of seditious conspiracy. Whether or not prosecutors are able to... Right, but, well, whether or not prosecutors are able to prove their case that Rhodes and his followers intended to actually overthrow the government, the blowback will be felt far and wide by anyone whose political views can be labeled anti-government. All of us are in danger. What? Yeah. In recent years, the government has used the phrase domestic terrorists interchangeably with anti-government, extremist, and terrorist to describe anyone who might fall somewhere on a very broad spectrum of viewpoints that could be considered, quote, dangerous. This is where it gets into us. The ramifications are so far-reaching as to render almost every American with an opinion about the government who knows someone with an opinion about the government an extremist in a word, deed, thought, or by association. Yep. You see, government doesn't care if you or someone you know has a legitimate grievance. It doesn't care if your criticisms are well-founded. And it certainly doesn't care if you have a First Amendment right to speak truth to power. What the government cares about is whether what you're thinking or speaking or sharing or consuming as information has the potential to challenge its stranglehold to power. Why else would FBI, CIA, NSA, and other government agencies be investing in corporate surveillance technologies that can mine constitutionally protected speech on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram? Right? According to the Department of Homeland Security's Terrorism Bulletin, threat actors seek to exacerbate societal friction to sow discord, we know this, and undermine public trust in government institutions to encourage unrest, which could potentially inspire acts of violence. Okay.
Acts of violence.
By the government's own definition, America's founders would be considered domestic extremists for the heavily charged rhetoric that they used to birth this nation. Great. Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin would certainly be placed on a terrorist watch list for suggesting that Americans should not only take arms, but should be prepared to shed blood in order to protect their liberties. Quote, and now we're gonna get into the founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson. What country can preserve its liberties if their rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. That's a very famous, of course, quote. Observe Ben Franklin, quote, democracy is two wolves with a lamb voting on what to have for lunch. Liberty is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. Oh, okay. Okay. Thomas Paine, Marquis de Lafayette, John Adams, and Patrick Henry would certainly be labeled domestic extremists for exhorting Americans to defend themselves against the government if it violates their rights. Quote, it is the duty of the patriot to protect his country from its government, insisted Thomas Paine. When the government violates people's rights, Lafayette warned, insurrection is for the people, and for each portion of the people, the most sacred of the rights and the most indispensable of duties. Again, I'm not advocating insurrection. However, I understand. And again, pointing out that the founding fathers would have agreed. John Adams cautioned, a settled plan to deprive the people of all the benefits, blessings, and ends of the contract, to subvert the fundamentals of the Constitution, to deprive them of all share in making and executing laws, will justify a revolution. And somebody was saying that we were not advocates for revolution this week. I'm certainly not an advocate for violent revolution. I don't want to see that happen. I don't necessarily know of any other.
I'm not either.
I don't necessarily know of any other way that it happens other than that, but I'm not really a fan or a supporter of that.
Never.
Okay.
I would never. What?
And who can forget Patrick Henry with his ultimatum, give me liberty or give me death? Conduct your own experiment into the government's tolerance of speech that challenges its authority, and go see for yourself. Stand on a street corner or in a courtroom, at a city council meeting, or on a university campus and try denouncing the government with some of the founders' rhetoric. Boy, that would not go very well. Right? My guess is that you wouldn't last long before you get thrown out, shut up, threatened with arrest, or at the very least accused of being a radical, a troublemaker, a sovereign citizen, a conspiratorialist, or an extremist, or maybe you'll just get fined. It's happening all across the country. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, true. Really happening.
Yep.
In Punta Gorda, Florida, for instance, 2 political activists were fined $3,000 for displaying protest flags with political messages that violated the city's ordinance, banning signs, clothing, and other graphic displays containing words that the city deems indecent. What did they say?
Florida's always been bad with indecency. Yep.
Coming to the defense of the 2 activists, the Rutherford Institute challenged the city of Punta Gorda's ban on indecent speech as unconstitutionally vague and a violation of the First Amendment safeguards for political speech that may not be censored or punished by the government. We won the first round, with the Charlotte County Circuit ruling against the city, noting that the ordinance was designed to cause the preemptive self-silencing of speakers whose messages are entitled to constitutional protection. Okay, that's a good thing. In other words, as the court recognized, the ordinance was clearly designed to chill political speech, which is protected under the First Amendment. You see, the right of political free speech is the basis of all liberty. Sure. No matter what one's political persuasion might be, every American has a First Amendment right to protest government programs or policies with which they might disagree. The right to disagree with and speak out against government is the quintessential freedom. Agreed. Every individual has a right to speak truth to power using every nonviolent means available. This is why the First Amendment is so critical. It gives citizenry the right to speak freely, protest peacefully, expose government wrongdoing, and criticize the government without fear of reprisal. Right? Sounds basic enough. Americans of all stripes would do well to remember that those who question the motives of government provide a necessary counterpoint to those who would blindly follow where politicians choose to lead. Thank you very much. We don't have to agree with every criticism of the government, but we must defend the rights of all individuals to speak freely without fear of punishment or threat of banishment. Including a former president, by the way, even though I don't agree with what he's saying or don't like him. This is how freedom rises or falls. So again, as Lenny Bruce said, a lifelong champion of free speech, if you can't say fuck, you can't say fuck the government. Lenny Bruce, who of course was a foul-mouthed, insightful, irreverent, and incredibly funny comedian, was one of the First Amendment's greatest champions who dared to speak the unspeakable about race, religion, sexuality, and politics. We should have had a little Lenny Bruce quote, but I was afraid, clip, but I was afraid to get the MCA.
Clip.
As a Village Voice writer, Matt Hentoff attests, Lenny Bruce was not only a paladin of free speech, but also a still penetrating, woundingly hilarious speaker of truth to the powerful and the complacent. He sure was. He made people uncomfortable. He died in 1966, but not before being convicted of alleged obscenity for challenging his audience's covert prejudices by brandishing unmentionable words that, if uttered today, would not only get you ostracized, but could get you arrested and charged with a hate crime. Hentoff, who testified in Bruce's defense at his trial, recounts that Lenny used to say, what I wanted people to dig is the lie. Certain words were suppressed to keep the lie going, but if you do them, you should be able to say the words. Not much has changed in the 50-plus years since Bruce died. In fact, it's gotten worse. What we're dealing with today is a government that wants to suppress dangerous words. Words about its warring empire. Words about its land grabs. Words about its militarized police. Words about its killing, its poisoning, and its corruption, free Julian Assange, in order to keep its lies going. What we are witnessing is a nation undergoing a nervous breakdown over this growing tension between our increasingly untenable reality and the lies being perpetrated by a government that has grown too power-hungry, egotistical, militaristic, and disconnected from its revolutionary birthright, quote unquote. And the only therapy is the truth and nothing but the truth. If the government censors get their way, there will be no more First Amendment. There will be no more Bill of Rights. And as John and Nisha points out in their book, Battlefield America, The War on American People, and its fictional counterpart, the Eric Blair Diaries, there will be no more freedom in America as we have known it. And a lot of people say that there probably hasn't been for a long time anyway, and that's all an illusion anyway. And they may be right, but really, they're working on even more censorship, and we've seen it. And again, I had someone at a trade show last week ask me about, they're really censoring the left? Yes, they are really censoring the left too. 100%.
Start censoring first.
Well, I think it started with Alex Jones, and he's not really on the left.
Right.
And then they started coming for who was the one? Owen Benjamin. They started coming for him.
Yep.
And knocking him off. They started coming for a lot of people, and then it just became anyone that gets mass reported on Twitter. That looks yummy. What are we eating for dinner here? We're finishing.
Chicken fried rice.
Nice. All right. So we have another story here, and I think you saw the thumbnail already. I previewed it, and this is cool because not only did Crab hook me up with one thumbnail, but he hooked me up with the basis to be able to do all the thumbnails for all of the and they even censor shitlibs sometimes too. Big Mad Crab in the chat showing up with the MVP. What up, dude? Shout out to Crab for all these kick-ass thumbnails, for all these looks and feels. Check this one out. And I added to it and enhanced it. And now we've got Albany, New York. Workers voted no. Yes. Yes, they voted no. And we're going to figure out what happened here, why, and what's going on. And this is the only...
Chris Smalls.
Hey, man. This is the only...
I read it wrong.
Story this week that features an Indie Media Award winner, and it's a double Indie Media Award winner, as it's both Brett Wilkins, who won for writing, and Common Dreams, who won for Best Outlet, or one of the best outlets, top outlets. Of course, following a brutal union-busting campaign, Albany Amazon workers reject unionization, and Chris's quote is that the voting process wasn't free and fair. It was a sham election in which workers were subjected to intimidation and retaliation on a daily basis. And I think we're going to see some examples here of what he's talking about. So there's our ALU president, and he's standing outside the fulfillment center outside, was it Shodak, New York, and that's the fulfillment center that was voting. Vote yes. Amazon Labor Union again said Tuesday that it will appeal the results of an unsuccessful vote to unionize workers at the e-commerce giant's warehouse near Albany, New York. An election that labor advocates said was marred by a months-long union-busting effort by company management. Sounds a little bit like what happened in Bessemer. Workers at Amazon's 1 million square foot Shodak fulfillment center rejected unionization by a nearly 2-to-1 margin, 406 to 206. After an aggressive push by company executives to thwart organizers. Quote, we had faced a lot of adversity over the last couple of weeks, and that's Heather Goodall, who I'm hoping to be able to speak with soon. She works at the warehouse, according to the Albany Times Union. We're going ahead and remain strong. We're going to go forward. So instead of requesting a new election, ALU will ask the NLRB to issue a direct bargaining offer. That's interesting. What does that mean? According to More Perfect Union, of course, Amazon has been waging a brutal union-busting campaign for months, firing union supporters, calling police on organizers, and more. And of course, we have record of that. More Perfect Union again said Amazon denied employees representation during dubious disciplinary proceedings. They threatened workers. They called police on organizers on 5 separate occasions, and they subjected workers to anti-union pressure and lies. And here is the Perfect Union tweet announcing what we basically talked about just now. Okay, and again, here's Chris Smalls, that he lamented the vote, that today everyone involved with ALU is filled with mixed emotions. We're proud of the brave workers in upstate New York who stood in the face of a vicious anti-union campaign to challenge a $1 trillion corporation. Agreed. He said, we're also feeling both anger and disappointment that the voting process wasn't free and fair. Again, it was a sham election with which workers were subject to intimidation and retaliation on a daily basis, and even workers who volunteered to be election observers were faced with threats of termination. Faced with increased worker organizing, including the establishment of the ALU and the first ever work stoppage at the company's air freight division in August, Amazon has fired organizers and unsuccessfully petitioned the NLRB to overturn the ALU's victory. They don't want to acknowledge the union. We know this.
Yeah.
Right? So here's another tweet from Perfect Union from last week about them targeting supporters, union supporters with disabilities and illnesses, firing them en masse. And there's a story about Jordan Flowers, and he's out of the JFK 8, and now he needs dialysis and will require a kidney transplant and lost his health insurance. Chris Smalls is doing all he can, but he's over his head, and he needs help, a lot of it, and I don't know if he's getting it. So instead, the NLRB again said earlier this year that the company violated federal labor laws by intimidating and threatening Amazon workers who tried to unionize. Yeah, we know. The board also found in 2021 that the company broke labor laws during a unionization drive at a warehouse in Bessemer, which we talked about for quite a bit. Tuesday's Shodak vote bucks a national trend of labor organizing, of course, across the United States, defying corporate union busting. Workers again at more than 200 U.S. Starbucks locations, and we know of employees at Amy's Kitchen and Apple. Of course, Amy's Kitchen shut down the whole company. Apple and Chipotle, HelloFresh, and Trader Joe's have moved to unionize, as have minor league baseball players. But what they're not telling you is that Chipotle is looking to shut down stores, and Trader Joe's is looking to shut down stores. And it's definitely a workers versus bosses situation right now. And what happened? I mean, again, tons of union busting and propaganda and pulling people into meetings and threatening them and not offering benefits, for example, when, equal benefits or equal pay for unionized shops and warehouses as those that are non-unionized. Claiming that, of course, they need to negotiate a contract with that union in order to give them the same equal raise. But they won't negotiate or sit down with that union in order to do that. Nice little, nice little catch-22 there. So, on top of that, Amazon's having some issues because they had a walkout on Prime Day. What? Yeah, this wasn't covered anywhere. I didn't hear this covered. But Luis Feliz Leon over at Labor Notes did. Prime Week walkouts hit Amazon from Air Hub to delivery station. I didn't even know they're doing Prime. Again, I'm not an Amazon consumer. My wife, she too often hits that button, and she's got the app on her phone. I need to delete it. It's convenient. It's too easy, and it's not good. But at the same time, they're also one of the largest employers in the country. So you are supporting workers by buying stuff from Amazon, unfortunately. You're also supporting a race to the bottom.
Necessarily that the company exists. It's the fact that the company is shitty. Like,
well, what company isn't shitty
like
at that level?
A living wage. Yeah, I mean, yes. But like that doesn't mean like the service is great. It just needs to be fucking regulated and like.
Well, part of the service is great, but what they also do is they buy their way into an industry, buy up all the competitors, race their way to the bottom, jack up the prices, ruin the service. Look, it's going to happen with iRobot too. It's happening with everything.
Yep.
So, again, we've got Prime Week walkouts hitting Amazon. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. Boom, let's bring it. Right? Good job, Luis. Thank you for bringing this. Amazon's swift delivery network takes 1 million people to run. During Prime Week, workers took aim at disrupting the symphony of human capital with walkouts at 4 distinct warehouse types in its logistics chain, including one of its large air hubs in Southern California.
Check to see if my mic's on.
I hear you. It says your mic's on.
Yeah, but okay.
Can they not hear you? Are you muted? Are you low?
I don't know. Mad Crab said I had no mic, but
Aircraft says you have no mic.
mm-hmm.
I see that Discord Zoom is moving and it turns on and it should be
in OBS.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it that it's moving when you're talking. Okay, anyway, Amazon's vast distribution network is staggering. There's the invisible lacework of surveillance algorithms and AI. Anybody tell me if they can't hear Reef besides Crab? There are visible footprints, trucks, robots, hulking warehouses. And then there are, of course, the workers. It takes more than 1 million people, most of them low-paid and grindingly exploited, to pick, sort, unload, ship, deliver packages to customers' doors within days of an order. Sure it does.
He just said, turn me up in Discord probably would work. They just said I'm quiet.
Okie doke. Oh, now you're blowing out my eardrums. Holy moly. Ah.
Well, turn your headphones down.
No, it's not my headphones. It's that I turned you up because I saw that you weren't hitting yellow. How about now? Talk.
Yeah. Testing, 1, 2.
Well, I think you're going to be louder than me now. Okay. Now you're leveling out, right? Now it's better. Holy moly.
Sure.
All right. Yep.
You
All
also
right.
Just turn your headphones down.
That's what I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing that now.
Okay.
Kelly says can barely hear Reef. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. Crab said it's good.
I think we're good now. Okay. Last week, workers took aim at disrupting the symphony of human capital, like I said, with walkouts at 4 distinct warehouses, a cross dock near Chicago, a delivery station and fulfillment center near Atlanta, and in SoCal, one of the company's largest air hubs. The walkouts weren't centrally coordinated, but they all were timed to coincide with Prime Day promotional sales rush, which ran October 10th through 12th.
12th. Yep.
Now, there was massive resistance to them even adding a second Prime Day. There was no, discussion or what are they going to do for the employees. Across these facilities, workers say they're overworked, underpaid, squeezed by rising inflation, and terrible conditions. We know all this. But think of each strike as a small test. Speed is Amazon's brand, and its massive warehouse and its logistics chain is designed to move goods fast. Any interruption or delay gives workers leverage. This is right.
Yep.
So, how do you get a handmade item delivered from a small business in rural Connecticut to a customer in Los Angeles? As an Amazon press release last year, promoting the new air hub in San Bernardino. Quote, in a straight line across the sky, thanks to Amazon Air and its thousands of incredible employees. Yep, who they don't take care of. Those incredible employees are now part of a group called Inland Empire Amazon Workers United, supported by the Teamsters and the Warehouse Worker Resource Center. Yes.
Yay, corporate union. Woo.
100 day and night shift workers at the Air Hub, one of more than a dozen hubs nationally, walked out on October 14th after the company failed to meet their demands to boost pay to $22 hourly, improve health and safety standards in sweltering hot working conditions, and to put an end to retaliation. Good luck. Meanwhile, in Joliet, near Chicago, 50 workers at the cross-dock facility, MDW2, had walked off the job on October 11th, demanding stronger health and safety policies and a wage hike to $25 an hour. Interesting that this is all happening without being coordinated. A cross-dock facility, just to explain, is a central hub where products are sorted and distributed to regional fulfillment centers without being racked or stored. The one in Joliet employs between 1,000 and 2,000 workers, depending on seasonal hiring peaks. Okay. The next day, a dozen workers walked out at ATL2, which is in Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's a fulfillment center to protest unfair labor practice violations, unsafe working conditions, and low pay also. Okay, so Fulfillment centers there are where customer orders are stored, picked, packed, and shipped. That's where Matt worked at the Campbellsville, Kentucky one as well. And, of course, at the delivery station in Beaufort, Georgia, DGE 9, workers walked out on October 11th and 12th. A dozen people the first day, 2 dozen the next, protesting Amazon's failure to meet the demands they had made in a summer petition, which is 24 hours of paid time off and an $18 base wage. Not unreasonable, especially considering the inflation that's happening right now. Delivery stations are the final stop in the company's logistics chain. They're essential to Amazon's promise of speedy same-day to 2-day prime delivery. So here's another situation where you have rainbows dimmed, right? So Alfonso Rodriguez remembers feeling welcome when he started at the San Bernardino Air Hub in June of 2021, walking into a workplace adorned with rainbows for Pride Month. But, of course, the rainbows, and Anthony Malecki, our friend, he can attest to stuff like this. The rainbows, of course, soon dimmed as he got to know the working conditions. Yeesh. It was a sweltering summer. Workers recorded 96-degree heat inside cargo planes and tractor trailers, while temperatures on the tarmac shot up to 110. Rodriguez is a learning ambassador, and he's charged with training new hires, but by November, I no longer wanted to train people, he said, because it was too painful to watch his trainees buckle under the workload and suffer without water breaks during a record heat wave. Well, tell them to bring water. Guess what? I don't believe they're allowed to. Around the Christmas holidays, Amazon announced with little notice that the warehouse would be closed for 2 days, unexpectedly cutting workers' take-home pay. At the holiday time, a petition against the closure kicked off the Air Hub's first organizing campaign. Ana Ortega, she was on track to become a process assistant, a role adjacent to management, when a coworker approached her to sign the petition. She declined. Why? Because she was too scared to sign up at first. I thought they were going to get fired. None of them got fired. They actually got Amazon to implement a national policy change, giving workers advance notice of closures. That's good. So then she joined her coworkers in their next collective action, presenting a petition for a $5 wage increase. So soon she began wondering, hey, what if we unionize? I like her.
What if?
Just be thankful, right? This is what the bosses are saying. Workers started building an organizing committee. They kept marching on the boss, and in July they delivered an 800-signature petition. Management, of course, went on the offensive, bringing in anti-union consultants, like they do, the Pinkertons. In August, more than 150 workers walked off the job, according to the Washington Post, which we know Amazon, even though said it was only 74. After the walkout, Amazon raised wages by 90 cents an hour on weekday night shifts and 85 cents an hour on weekend nights. But workers had demanded $5. And now they were facing retaliation, surveillance, and another heat wave. Managers also started sending workers up on ladders into cross-belt conveyors to dislodge fallen packages, a job previously done by trained maintenance technicians. So now they're having them do skilled stuff, put themselves at further physical risk and harm for jobs they're not trained for, and not paying them for the maintenance technician's skills. There you go.
Yep.
Ortega says, they were sending us up to these hot, tight, crammed spaces. It's hot. There's no ventilation. It's dark. The whole time that you're in there, you have to crab walk, right? Bigmadcrab, right? And after every other step, there's a beam directly above your head. We would come out dripping in sweat and panting. Yep. The warehouse feels dark now, she says, with union busters skulking in the shadows, far from the rainbow environment that once appealed to him. What Amazon is showing is predator-like behavior, he said. They follow a plan that has worked, come to these poor communities where people are told they should just be thankful, not ask for more. I've only been there a year, and that's how long it took to figure out that this plan does not work out for the worker. It only works out for Amazon. You moved your camera, by the way, when you did that. Reef.
All right. How about that?
Yes, that's better. Air Hub workers are strategically placed at a critical node in Amazon's distribution network, so that's really important. That's what critical node means. Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yep.
Amazon's the largest employer in Southern California and has more than 40 facilities in the state, according to the consulting firm MWPVL International. 40 facilities in the state, largest employer in Southern California. Kind of important to know. Each day, Amazon operates 14 flights in and out of the sprawling air hub known as KSBD. It's part of the company's air freight division, where Amazon-branded planes and trucks transport packages to warehouses across the country. Amazon Air operates at 42 airports within 100 miles of 70% of the U.S. population. The company is heavily investing in its business-to-consumer delivery, entering the third-party shipping sector. In April, it rolled out Buy with Amazon, which allows consumers to use their Prime memberships when selecting shipping options, even if they're buying stuff on a different platform than Amazon.com. Okay, I didn't realize that. I'm not using that because I'm not an Amazon customer.
Mm-hmm.
But in response to a slowdown in e-commerce, which has again left the company with excess capacity, Amazon is both freezing hiring and abandoning warehouse expansions. However, in the Inland Empire, it faces a different sort of challenge, which I think we also talked about, ONT8. According to a leaked internal research report, Amazon has burned through its workforce in the Inland Empire so fast that it fears it will run out of workers by the end of this year. We talked about that problem with Matt, that their hire rate is at 150% of the local population. They're literally hiring people back because they don't have enough workers. Here you go.
Jesus.
Rodriguez is saying, Amazon has hired everybody. I'm 35, but I consider myself one of the older people. I call myself an OG, an old gay. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with it, but okay. In September, Amazon, of course, announced that it would be spending $1 billion to boost worker pay nationwide. Yay. Except that what's their revenues and what's their annual earnings and what that looked like for our warehouse. We got a 50-cent raise. And that's Arturo Dame, who worked at the delivery station in Beaufort, Georgia. We were asking for $3. During the peak season, they gave us a $3 bonus. So what we were asking was, let's make that bonus permanent. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yep.
Again, that's $18. I didn't even get a quarter to put in the vending machine, is how Theometra Robinson at Stone Mountain Fulfillment Center described the raise. Yep. Amazon, here we go, raked in a net income of $33.6 billion last year. Now, that's net income. That's not net profit. That's net income. On revenues of $469.8 billion. So net income is profit. And, of course, CEO Andy Jassy, we know, earned $212.7 million. Of course, with the pinky finger at your mouth. You have to do that.
Yep.
So what happened? After ALU won its historic victory at Staten Island, Theometra Robinson reached out to Teamsters Local 728 in Lakewood, Georgia. She says, I knew they represented UPS workers. They were the top union in the country. That's bargaining power for us. Well, sort of. Robinson had started at ATL2 in May 2021. She rose quickly through the ranks, becoming a process assistant within months. Things were on the upswing until she got a written warning after cursing out a worker who physically assaulted her.
Nice.
Soon after, Amazon rescinded her promotion and refused to transfer her from a department that she characterized as a hostile work environment. She fell into a bout of depression that lasted until ALU's win lifted her spirits in April. The light bulb went off, she said. They didn't know I'd unionized before. She and the other Garda World security drivers had won a union drive in 2010 with the security, police, and fire professionals. Garda World, I believe, is they drive the armored trucks. So she went to a Teamsters training in Georgia on unionizing Amazon, but she felt its emphasis was misplaced on organizing contract workers who drive Amazon-branded vans. Well, that's not too much of a surprise because Teamsters focused on the people who make things move. But she says if you try to unionize them, Amazon will cancel these people's contracts, she argued. You have to unionize the warehouses and negotiate some kind of terms and conditions for these drivers because you're going to lose on that other end. Yep. She said the Teamsters advised her to focus on list building, identifying leaders for a committee, and building a base of support before going public with a campaign. We've talked about this before. They don't want you to be exposed as one of the organizers. They want you to do everything covert.
Mm-hmm.
She disagreed with that strategy too. Where have I heard that before? Look, this facility is too big to be covert. It is a building of 4,000 people. I can't throw a rock and hit 3 people I know. You're in a station isolated all day. You can barely walk around and go pee. In order for me to get what you're asking me, I need to be out there. So she started a lone wolf campaign, like Chris did. Standing outside the facility, handing out flyers was a way to plant the flag and draw workers towards her, but the union busting was swift. Managers started targeting workers who seemed sympathetic. Meanwhile, Amazon had set more strenuous rules, preventing water breaks, dinging workers from missed productivity targets, and time off tasks. Workers were fed up, and they should be. Their first walkout again was on September 14th after a worker passed out from heat exhaustion, and their second was on October 11th. So again, a clandestine approach. Adame and his striking co-workers from the delivery center in nearby Beaufort piled into a van to meet Robinson and her co-workers as they walked out during Prime Week. We're in the same fight, he said. We walked out, you walked out, let's celebrate together. Hell yeah. This is what we're talking about, worker solidarity. However, Adame says they're trying different strategies. Quote, I would attribute the difference to where we work. The Ametris facility is a fulfillment center employing thousands of workers. They can be a bit more direct because it's harder to communicate with other workers. They're taking an aggressive style to organizing and announcing their walkout plans, which is probably the only way to organize a fulfillment center. That's what happened to Matt, and he got retaliated against. He says, I trust that they know what they're doing. They work there. Well, they do. They're fighting for the other workers, and I hope that they don't get retaliated against. By contrast, again, the workers at DGE 9 are keeping things as clandestine as possible. Well, sorry, guys, we're blowing the lid off of that.
Yeah.
At the delivery station, we have a lot of leverage, he said. So we're being diligent about building the committee so we can delay freight and affect Amazon's bottom line. Again, hurting their money is the only thing that they hear. Influenced by the Collective Amazonians United, which has chapters across the U.S. and Canada, the Beaufort workers have adopted a solidarity union model. That means they're not pursuing legal union recognition anytime soon. Instead, their focus is on workplace collective action. This is in line with what we talked about with the guys over in North Carolina. This is in line with what we talked about with Matt Cusick, and I believe he might even run Amazonians United. He's great. Knowing the terror campaign that Amazon would unleash if you certify an election, the union busting, the captive audience meetings, having a shop floor solidarity union is one way to overcome these hurdles to a traditional strategy, Adame said. He's absolutely right. We would love to unionize Amazon formally. We just know it's going to be a tough battle, and we're committed to setting the stage so one day we can make that happen. Yeah, you've got to get collective, like, kind of solidarity and everybody agreeing on, again, not just what we're against, but what we're for. Agreeing what we're for. As Kwame Ture famously says, thank you, shout out to Brother Colin. Okay. He appreciates Amazonians United for its strategic vision, which prioritizes delivery stations as a critical link in the supply chain. Yep. Since delivery stations are part of the last mile and only employ about 100 employees, they're a very good place to organize and bring coworkers together and affect the company's bottom line, delay freight. Right?
Yep.
That's the only way to get the company's attention and be taken seriously. That's what that's how Starbucks has been effective, in my opinion, is the smaller organizing. The 15, 22, 35 workers that are voting to unionize in these Starbucks locations. The problem is,
not to poo-poo your opinion, but this is a little like, I mean, it's 100 employees at a facility that then is solely responsible for like the peer-to-peer, like it freight wouldn't get to places if they shut down.
Well, correct.
It's like
it's a cog. It's
without
literally
those
like
location, right?
It's literally like you're sticking a gum in the works. Okay. However, here's somebody in Amazon, Joliet. Okay, MDW2, the Amazon workers organizing there at the Crossdock facility are getting support from the United Electrical Workers backed Worker Center Warehouse Workers for Justice. They filed 50 Equal Opportunity Employment Commission complaints to date and collected 700 signatures on their petition. Well, that's good. How many workers are at the facility? I don't remember what the number was, but it's thousands. They need to get more than 50% to have an election. Panetta Baker has worked at Amazon for 6 years. Before this, she was a certified nursing assistant. And at first, she liked the pay bumps that Amazon would give out for attendance and meeting productivity quotas. Great. Right? But despite her contributions, quote, I've trained over 1,000 people easily, she says, the raises stopped. This is a policy intended to get rid of long-term employees to prevent what founder Jeff Bezos has characterized as a march to mediocrity. Yeah, right. But what it means is that all the executives and the people who hang around get massive bonuses and pocket all the profits, while all the workers keep getting rotated around and never end up getting raises and never getting lifted out of slave wage poverty. This year, Baker got a 60-cent bump to $20.90 per hour after 6 years. Her co-pays and premiums have been increasing too. And besides the money, it's the safety issues, the racial slurs, the nitpicking supervisors do, the changes on a whim. Gross. MDW2 workers walked out in May to protest what WWJ called racist death threats scrawled on bathroom walls. God, I didn't even hear about this one. Wow. We still see masks a lot, said another worker. Why? I thought it was that people were concerned with COVID and the flu. No, it's actually people with asthma who are concerned about the dust in the air. There's a lot of issues you can face at work, but not being able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You go through life, you work through these types of jobs just because you want to make a wage and provide so many products that people need, and you can't even do it with the dignity of knowing what you're going to be able to breathe. It's the worst place I've worked, he said. Wow. And he's tearing up as he says it. God, that's just heartbreaking. And he works nights. You go in, you work 10 hours, you go home, you get to sleep. You don't get much more opportunity to do anything else. And before you know it, you're back to work the next day. At no point can you have meaningful conversations or meaningful rest. This is something that we've talked about extensively for months and months and months and months. Not just at Amazon, but at Nabisco, at Lay's, at Kellogg's. These factory workers that are working 70, 80 hours a week. The train workers that have 33 days off a year. Sometimes the grueling conditions zap his confidence that winning is even possible. He says he has his doubts about this fight that we're partaking in. What if it's all in vain? What if we can't get meaningful change for ourselves, even after all the struggle? But I see things like today, and I get a lot of hope. We need some, and that's a fun thumbnail that we're going to do next, but organize, unionize Amazon, break up Amazon, the NLRB, not just the NLRB, but also the Federal Trade Commission needs to step in, really. I mean, honestly, it's brutal. They literally squeeze companies and industries out and become the sole dominant player.
It's brutal.
So, what do you do? Not really sure what the answer is.
Light a match?
Light a match. Yeah, and then they'll move facilities. That's all. They'll just open another one tomorrow. They got $1 trillion. That's.
I got a box of matches.
I know you do. I know you do.
I mean,
they got Pinkertons and cops and judges and all kinds of people in their pocket. They have literally the former White House press secretary as their chief PR spokesperson. Of
course they do.
Of course they do. The Obama administration.
Yep.
Fun times, everybody. Fun times. So there are two other stories.
We gotta hope that a corporate union saves them.
All right, Bigmadcrab's going to yell at me, and I probably should have invited him to come on and talk about this story because I still don't know what the hell happened with Blink 182, although apparently they were charging exorbitant amounts for their tickets. But we're going to talk a little bit about
like $500 fucking dollars. Yeah, like serious? I remember that much.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. It was like $450, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember seeing it and being like, holy shit. And it wasn't even for like good seats, dude. It was like standard stadium seating, you know?
See, now, damn green screen, blacking out all my money that's filtering down because it's green behind green. Yep. I figured the black...
Don't worry, it looks artsy that way.
I figured the black brick would fix it, but yeah, it does look kind of artsy. Okay. Anyway, so what's going on? Ticketmaster
works.
Getting away with it? Yeah, we know. We know. Everybody's used Ticketmaster. Anyone who's gone to a concert, anyone who's gone to a ball game, and their fees are ridiculous, and
they scalp themselves. Like
it gets worse ridiculous. Here. And we're gonna. So rather than read an article, Judd Legum over at Popular Information, who writes amazing articles that I highly endorse using, going over, subscribing. I'm a paid subscriber. Popular Information. It's $5 a month or like $50 a year if you buy in bulk. But he's also on Instagram, and I love what he's doing on Instagram because he's taking like a series of what look like tweets, and I think they're tweets, and he's basically doing it in a tweet thread, screen capping them, and putting it into a 10-image Instagram post, which I screen capped each post in each image in the post, and I figure we'll run through it. And this is just a summary of an extensively long article that goes much deeper into what they're doing here. But it gives you a good overview as to what's really happening, which is what we probably should be doing here anyway. So, how Ticketmaster gets away with it. So, how does Ticketmaster get away with charging fees as high as 75% of the ticket price? And I haven't seen this, but apparently they're doing this. You can trace it back to the DOJ's decision to let Ticketmaster merge with Live Nation back in 2010.
Live Nation.
And the DOJ's refusal to enforce antitrust law ever since. So, Live Nation, of course, the world's largest concert promoter, used to be Ticketmaster's largest customer. Then, in 2007, Live Nation decided to drop Ticketmaster and launch their own ticketing service. Ticketmaster finally had a real competitor. After Live Nation's entry, Ticketmaster's share of the primary ticketing market dropped from 83 to 66%. That's substantial. Live Nation had a 16.5% stake. Then the two companies proposed to merge. The merging of the two companies that control almost all of a market seems like a red flag. But it was worse than that. The merged company could use Live Nation's relationship with hundreds of popular acts, like Miley Cyrus, to pressure venues to use Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm.
The DOJ decided to approve the Live Nation and Ticketmaster merger anyway. The only meaningful condition was a promise that the merged company, Live Nation Entertainment, would not, quote, retaliate against any venue that considers or works with another primary ticketing service, of which there is none, first of all, and second of all, yeah, right. And here you go. Live Nation Ticketmaster now issues tickets under Ticketmaster. They manage venues under Live Nation, and they represent performers under Live Nation. Fees started to skyrocket. On its website, Ticketmaster emphasizes that its fees are split with clients like venues and promoters, which they also own, because their clients are often other entities owned by Live Nation Entertainment. They're inside double dealing and charging you the fees for it. Sons of bitches. Ticketmaster also entered the secondary ticket market. Did they buy StubHub? I believe they bought StubHub, giving it an incentive to allow scalpers. I'm hearing some background noise there. To purchase the bulk of tickets. Okay, so they're allowing scalpers to purchase the bulk of tickets for live events, so it can collect another round of fees when the tickets are resold.
Yep.
And the DOJ soon learned that shortly after it approved the merger, Live Nation Entertainment began violating the terms of the agreement and retaliated against or threatened venues throughout the United States. What a surprise! But according to the Justice Department, venues throughout the United States have come to expect that refusing to contract with Ticketmaster will result in the venue receiving fewer Live Nation concerts or none at all.
Contracts. Yep.
Concerts.
Yep.
They don't get the acts. So basically what the DOJ did in response to this, nothing. It did not sue to unwind the merger. It did not impose a single dollar in fines. It simply extended Live Nation Entertainment's obligation to not retaliate, an obligation that they've been ignoring for a decade already. Thanks, dudes. Okay?
Another slap on the wrist. Like, it's literally them sending fucking, please stop.
Wait, what happened? All of a sudden now you got fuzzy. Your voice got fuzzy. Your mic got...
What do you mean got fuzzy?
Your mic got digital. I don't know. Anyway.
Why did that turn on?
I don't know, but unsurprisingly, the DOJ's actions did nothing to change the status quo. As we know, Ticketmaster continues to dominate. Fees continue to go up. I'm hearing every sip. There really is no competition, and if there were, venues are afraid of what would happen if they leave Ticketmaster. Okay. Live Nation, you're now not live. Live Nation Entertainment has continued to consolidate its market power, purchasing a competing ticket startup founded by a former Live Nation executive called Rival, and acquiring 3 leading international ticket and event companies. God damn. What? Yeah. That's cool. Welcome to Monopoly 2022. Again, there is a much longer article at popular.information or popular.info. It's a Substack. One of the best, one of the original, one of the biggest Substacks there is. Love those guys. And Judd is one of the best writers out there. Though he's got some Libby takes. He also has been awesome at finding the money, following the money, and keeping corporate accountability for what they say they're going to do when it comes to donations. And I'm always a fan of people who follow the money. I believe, we have one other story, which was shared, I think, even by Bigmadcrab. I don't remember who shared this, but we've got one more. Are you back now? Is your mic working better?
Yeah, it's been working fine.
No, oh my god.
Just a voice changer somehow turned on.
You're totally overmodulated right now, and you sound scratchy and terrible. But okay.
I think you have your headset on too high.
I have my headset on like 30, but that's okay. And I have you on like 100 on user volume, so I'll turn you down a little bit.
I don't know.
That's a little better.
I think people were saying I was too quiet.
You were too quiet. I was too quiet. That's a Bismarcky bit from... All right, anyway. Last thing, and this, now you're hitting the right numbers, the right levels, which is just in the red on Discord Zoom. So,
okay.
I got one more. Now you're better in my headset. Now, private equity parasites. Yay! We love those. Again, I love this. Shout out to Crab for the thumbnail. Rick says it sounds good. Booyah said you were blowing out, like I said. But now I've got your Discord thing here. Let's bring you back.
Weird.
Now we're better. Anyway, thank you, Rick. Appreciate that.
Like I've not changed anything. That's what's crazy.
The closer you get to your mic, the more blown out you get. So I don't know what's happening, but something weird.
I mean, I tried to adjust.
Something weird's going on.
Whatever. We're good now.
Okay. I think you just got a little closer. But anyway, Anthony, what's going on, bro? Oz. Shout out to Oz. It's Oz o'clock. We sing it every night. It's Oz o'clock. Now we can clip it.
Okay.
All right. Private equity parasites. This one's a quick story. We're going to get through this fast. What's going on here? Private equity is set to loot Albertsons ahead of its proposed merger with rival Kroger. This is literally like how the parasites suck a company dry, pay themselves exorbitant fees, leave the company holding the bag, and walk away going, what? Nothing we can do. We gotta go bankrupt now. Cerberus Capital Management, they actually used to own Chrysler Corp at one point. The private equity owner now of Albertsons grocery stores is quickly moving to extract an unusually large amount of money from the grocer that would leave Albertsons in a much worse position to repay the massive debt load put on it by its private equity owners. This move puts many of Albertsons workers and their pensions at risk.
Well, this is the whole merger of like Kroger and Albertsons, right?
Well, yes. Just days after both Kroger and Albertsons announced they would merge on October 14th, Albertsons Board of Directors proposed paying shareholders $3.7 billion in a one-time special dividend. Okay, this is really crooked. So therefore, this unprecedented special dividend is scheduled to be paid on November 7th. By the way, if you own any stock in Kroger or in Albertsons, I suggest you buy it tomorrow because it's to shareholders on record as of tomorrow. Regardless of whether the merger is successfully completed or not, they're going to be paying this massive payout to shareholders. The merger will likely face significant antitrust scrutiny given that Kroger and Albertsons respectively make up the fourth and fifth largest grocery chains in the country. Of course, the FTC has not really been stopping shit from happening, even though Matt Stoller has a hard-on for Lena Khan, thinks that she's great. Cerberus is able to enrich itself in this way because it effectively controls the board of directors that approved this special dividend. Following its 2006 acquisition of Albertsons for $350 million, which initially was a way to acquire the grocer's real estate on the cheap, Cerberus has been able to install two of its executives on Albertsons' board of directors. The board of directors is clearly conflicted that this $3.7 billion special dividend, especially because the chief executive officer of Cerberus, Steven Feinberg, is also the largest shareholder in Albertsons, with nearly a third of the company's total shares, which means that he is the beneficial owner of all of Cerberus's shares through his stake in Albertsons Investor Holdings LLC, which is invested in Albertsons stock. He is therefore expected to receive, again, if you do the math, a $1.04 billion windfall on November 7th because of this $3.7 billion special dividend.
Right, he just gets to print money.
He just gets to hand himself, like literally a third of the money that's sitting in coffers of the company, loot the entire company, and pay it out to himself because he owns a third of the stock. Really? Cerberus's funds had previously collected $374 million for Albertsons through fees and dividends from 2013 to 18. Other executives, Chan Galbato and Scott Willey, who sit on the board of directors, separately own much smaller stakes directly in Albertsons. Okay. Meanwhile, I love hearing that, the company and its 290,000 employees, many of them union members, will have to contend with the $6.55 billion in debt that still needs to be repaid. For context, the $3.7 billion special dividend represents nearly 56% of all the debt outstanding, and it's going to pay shareholders rather than the debt. Albertsons also reported in 2021 that its pension plans are underfunded by a shocking $4.7 billion. So they could also use it to fund their underfunded pension, but they're not doing that either. They're going to give it to their shareholders, the people who don't already need it. Sadly, this sort of playbook is where private equity firms extract dividends and real estate away from grocery chains, is not new, and has led to numerous bankruptcies that harm workers, shoppers, and communities, as we saw with Fairway Market, Southeastern Grocers, A&P, even in my area, Tops Markets, and others. We also saw it happen with Kmart and Sears. Worse, continued concentration of the nation's grocers hurts everyone by driving the price of food higher and is a major contributor to the broader increase in inflation. The number of grocery stores declined by 30% from 1993 to 2019, while the four largest grocers tripled their collective market share during that same time period to 69%. 69, dude. Not a good 69.
Nice.
Allowing the fourth and fifth largest grocery chains to merge would only empower the combined company to drive the price of food even higher, as people have even fewer choices to shop around for their basic needs.
We're fucked.
Yeah, I agree. Mister.
Yep.
So that's what I had for this week. It wasn't insufferable. 5 stories. I still got you at an hour 10. It's not terrible.
Yeah, you're good.
We're good. I wish your mic was better, but it's not. I don't know what's going on here.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever. I'll turn my input volume down and see if that helps.
Okay. It probably will.
How about that?
Oh, that's definitely better.
And then that'll be too quiet.
I was too quiet. No, you're good. You're good to go.
Okay. Whatever.
So, not great stories this week. I'm sorry, everybody, but this is what I pulled out. This is what it is. You know, shit sucks right now. I did not want to talk about Ukraine and war and narrative management and that kind of nonsense. Everybody else has been talking about that this week. We are, of course, on the brink of nuclear war potentially. And hey, I'm making fun, spinny graphics at least. I hope you enjoyed that in the beginning. The new How Did We Miss That Indie Left News spinner. Yay!
Fun spinnies.
And look, I made a new graphic for our ticker. So the INN ticker is going to be brought out once in a while and going to be retired.
Nice.
But we're just changing some stuff up. We're keeping it consistent look and feel wise. Shout out to our friend and sister Mona Carmona. She's starting a new job. She's very excited about that. Shout out to Jamie Font. Congratulations on your 2,000 subscriber on YouTube. He did his 2,000 follower stream last night. So shout out to Jimmy. How are you, Jimmy? Sunderland, again, thank you for the theme song. We love that. I think we're ready to do some eye bleach and get to some boats. You ready?
Yay, boats.
Let's do this.
Yep. And I watch mindless shit. Boats that smash into other boats.
It's the Reef Show.
Babe, what's wrong? You barely smoked any of your Bluntosaurus. No Bluntosaurus.
Damn. That seems like, once you get to the body, an awful waste of weed.
Yep.
Just my own personal.
Well, I mean, it depends on if you can handle the body, you know?
Oh, Rick, I love those. I love the emoji, the boats and the smash. That's awesome. That's great.
Like, I mean, Bluntosaurus. Jesse's got a new challenge. You know? I got some more stuff.
I think he would accept that. Question is, how do you mold a Bluntosaurus?
Carefully. That's all I could say.
Yes. It almost reminds me of like a sculpture where you're putting like layers of like wet plaster over sections.
Oh, it's like paper mache.
Right? That's what it kind of seems like you're building there with the blunt.
Area is a great one too.
Just using all the spit as glue. Why are you soaking all the papers like that, bro? You know, just wait.
Cops love the military. A lot of them are ex-military themselves. So what we would do sometimes is we had a sticker, a Marine sticker, that we would put on the back of one of our trap cars. So a cop, the first thing he saw if he pulled us over was that sticker. So one time we're coming back and it's pissing rain. I'm sleepy. I'm just trying to make it home. I've been on the road for like 15 hours. I'm exhausted. I'm speeding. I get pulled over. As soon as this cop comes to my window, kind of ducks his head in and he's smiling and he goes, "Where'd you serve?" And now I'm panicked and I pull the best piece of improv I've ever pulled out of my ass in my life. I look at him and I go, "I'm actually on my way up to Portland to enlist." And he looks at me and he goes, "Best of luck, soldier. Drive safe."
Love it.
He gives me my license back and he goes back to his car and speeds off. I'm sitting there with 30 pounds of weed in the trunk.
Yes! I fucking love it.
That's the best part of that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I knew there was
30 pounds of weed in the trunk.
I knew there was going to be a beautiful end to that story.
There was. So, good news, everyone. Circle K will now sell marijuana out of their gas stations in Florida starting next year.
I think I sent you that link initially.
A
link to
I
that
think
story,
I found it
which is
today, but
wonderful.
It's fucking great.
It is wonderful. Is it? It's not recreationally
Circle
legal
K.
there, though, is it?
Medically.
Right, but are they going to check for your medical card? Are they? I mean, don't you? I mean,
sure. I'm gonna go with sure. Circle Kush.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, could I get like 2 Funyuns and like a pound of wheat? Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go with sure. You live in Florida, bro.
I'm gonna go with sure. Whatever.
Did they vote to make it recreationally legal in your state, and I was unaware?
No, not yet. Not that I know of.
Just making sure.
But my uncle brought this not my uncle, this poster's uncle, brought this 4,000-year-old pipe over to smoke, carved by the Native Americans in southern Indiana. Look at this pipe. Look how cool this little boy is.
Yeah, I don't believe it's 4,000 years old at all. I think somebody's putting something over on somebody.
Each one of those scratches are like, like 500 years, bro. You don't know.
Dude,
what?
This idiot bought a bill of goods. Bro, that guy carved it 15 minutes ago and brought it out to them. And it's like, this was by my ancestors 4,000 years ago. Buy it for $28. It was 26 cents.
Why does he have that voice?
He literally put because it's Native American, but
okay.
But he put 3 nicks in it on either side, so with his knife.
Mm-hmm. You can play tic-tac-toe on it.
That's absolutely what I was ready to
do. No cop has ever told me be safe. My weed man says it every time I leave his place. Says a lot about society. Well, drive safe, bro. Drive safe.
We say that to Oz every night before we tuck him in. Drive safe.
Do we tuck this guy in?
Oh, that's a ghost pepper.
I know what that is. This who we tuck in? That is a ghost pepper.
I see that.
No. I've seen this before. He's going to smoke it.
My bowl.
Oh, no. Oh, he's going to cough really, really, really hard.
The chunk off of this.
That's 2 peppers, I think. Oh. No,
that's just one. But even touching his fingers is tingling. I'm sure.
I'm just going to see what happens. I'm not going to say I'm going to be able to bong rip this whole thing.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. And it's not going to be pretty. You're going to cough a lot, dude. Your throat's going to burn.
This is the first time I've ever been scared to do something on YouTube.
You should be.
He really should.
I wish I were his friend, and I could advise him not to do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
Do you want to be his friend? It feels like... I
told you guys I was going out with a bang this year.
Well, that's...
He's going out with a bang.
Yes.
That is how we end things.
Oh my God.
Oh,
finish it! Oh, he's gonna throw up. He's gonna totally throw up.
When the dab just hits too hard.
Oh no, man! Oh no! First of all, you need milk. You need milk, not water. Come on, man! Don't you know how it works? Haven't you ever watched Hot Ones? Oh, I see that bile, and oh, that's gross. Oh. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the noise.
Oh, that's coming from the gotchas, from underneath the gotchas. Oh, yeah, goddamn.
Dude.
Oh, Warren's got it right. He is Darwin Award nominee, 100%.
The only dangers of smoking marijuana. You want to eat this?
Oh.
This is Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, dude. Look at that.
Randy.
I mean,
Randy.
Just like this is Randy would definitely eat this. You know?
That is food porn.
Like
food porn.
That's good stuff right there.
Food porn.
Wood.
Yep.
Extra bowl of wood.
Well. Yeah, we know. We know Warren gets wood over food porn.
What?
Yes. What?
Yay. We made it to Dad Zone.
Meds, BP. Oh boy. You sent me a Dad Zone
That
one
time
that
I
made me
ruined.
so mad.
Oh, that was great. That was fantastic. That time I ruined Christmas by giving my baby cousin a microphone. Just watch everyone's face. It's fucking amazing.
Oh God, I feel that so much.
Don't you though? The wind up. That's what this one was called. The wind up. And action.
Oh boy. Oh, nice shot, dude. Sign that kid up.
It's just the wind up, dude. Look at the wind up. He's like,
sign that kid up. Dude, what an accurate shot.
Dude, I know, man. Yep.
That's awesome.
And like good grip too.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
Okay, I see that cube.
Remember the time you were in the Beatles?
Dude.
Oh.
What?
Esse daí, eu vou mostrar pra sua avó o que você tá fazendo com o presente. Desce daí. Esse negócio vai abrir e você vai cair.
I warned you. Hey, man.
I told you.
I told you it's gonna happen. Straight up.
I told you. Like.
Is that kids are fucking stupid? Yes, it is. Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, they are.
Nice.
Whee! Straight to the face.
Lurve it.
This is about as good as I can jump rope. Look at this was great.
No.
Look at him.
He swallowed the whole damn tape measure. How? He must have put the roll in his mouth and started pulling. Which is great.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. Exercising baby.
Okay.
Yes. No.
Okay. We have the book that this came from. All right. And on the top,
it doesn't have Avatar characters.
It absolutely does. No, it came from a book that has all these. This is one of the pages, but on the front of the book, there's a spinner, and there's only two choices on the spinner. There's like a whole thing on the wheel. It's either mom or dad, and it's basically who has to do whatever fucking horrible task it is.
Okay, gotcha.
And the whole thing, it's a joke
book.
book.
Are from.
It's a joke book.
Someone's put over that. This is Toph and Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, I am that much of a nerd. Mom, can you order pizza? Yes, in a meeting. Can when I'm done. Thanks, Mom. Thank you for always using all your money to help me and all the hard work you put in the family. Thank you. Did you order it? Question mark.
Well, how many minutes later? This is all at 3:44 p.m.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's like right after. Like, did you order it? Question mark.
Didn't listen. Yes. Perfect.
He just sounds like a nuclear bomb alarm.
Sounds like my son. Wow.
Oh.
That is impressive. That is impressive.
Like,
Lisa's saying to the dome and drop it like it's hot. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, look, man, we got to cut these bangs, bro.
Oh no, 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 God. She's gonna look like a Klingon. Yup, I was right. Oh my God, that's great. Wait till mommy sees what it is. Oh, she just threw the hair down. Mommy's laughing. Is she gonna make him? Oh, I want to see what happened. I want to see what happened next.
No, that was it.
Oh,
that was it. That was it.
Good.
We'll never know.
So good. Oh my God. Lisa's laughing. Warren's laughing. Rick's cracking up. We're all dying over here. Holy shit, that's great.
Did you play with the girls? So Ella, did you play with the girls at your school today? No. No. Why not?
Because
I thought you said you were going to.
Yeah, but then I'm playing with Johan tomorrow.
Ooh, Johan. Well, what are y'all playing?
Playing tag.
Does Johan like you?
He said 50-50.
Oh, that means you gotta work on that other 50%.
I dress cute. I smile at him.
Right.
I even winked at him.
That should have worked.
2 times.
2 times.
You winked at him. And all I get back is one fake smile.
How did you wink at him?
Like that.
Okay.
And all I get back.
This is so fake.
One fake smile.
She can't stop laughing. She's not
I'm
crying.
I'm trying. Why is my life so miserable?
She's doing this for Instagram.
You got a 50-50.
Show me.
You think this is for the Grim?
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah, see, that's the wink. I knew she was full of it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, bro, I'm a dad. I can detect bullshit a mile away. A mile away. Yeah, that's the face right there. You're not gonna play me, little Missy.
She tried flirting, dude. She winked twice.
Dude,
like
my daughter
that should have worked.
My daughter at 7 has been like infatuated with a little boy, and apparently I got word they were kissing on the bus the other day, and then we went to trunk or treat and we saw them together. Oh my God, I'm not ready for this shit. I'm not ready.
You're not ready for this shit.
I'm not ready for this.
All right,
what do we got?
This one's fucking great. It is that season.
Nice. You scared yet? Yes. Yes. That's
like,
great.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, terror. Here's some terror. This is one of the money booths. You've ever seen this game where they they pump the air in with the money?
I love that.
Let me fucking out this thing. I know it's full of money.
No, she just doesn't like being in a box. She didn't like the wind and the box and the get me out.
Yep.
Out now.
Yep. All right.
All right.
This is watch the run into home.
Somersaulting to the plate for the championship.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh.
I see the ball flying.
Like,
did he step on the plate?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Here I'll I gotta see myself so that I can there we go. Look at the little somersaults.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is he just screwing with the rest of the crowd? No. See, I saw the ball go flying. So now somebody's got to go chase the ball down. And now the ball's behind the fence. And they're trying to chase him.
He
He's
made it to the
gone.
plate. He made it.
He made
it.
Nobody could get the ball to home
I
plate.
mean, it's just the like lady in the back. Run, Forrest.
Yep.
Uh-oh. They learned a new trick.
Oh God. No. That's a washing machine. Or a dryer. That's the dryer. Oh my God. Come on. Oh, that's the washer. That's awesome. That's a cool little washer dryer right there.
Yep.
I want to get one of those.
That's fun.
That's not kids are
I'm
fucking,
busy.
kids are cool.
This kid, man, things have changed. How think this would work? What? How they think this would work? Jesus, I need to go back to school. This is for your period 8 class, and I'm emailing you to let you know that I would not be able to finish the homework assignment for tomorrow night because I have a party that night. Is there any way I can get an extension? Like,
Well, at least
just
he's
don't
being
have the
polite.
party,
Yeah, but at least,
right?
well, like a party to go to with his family, I'm guessing, but still, like,
You would think, you know, what?
Uh-oh.
Got yourself a scoot.
Uh-oh.
The water.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scooter down.
Like he did stick the landing on the tail whip though.
Yeah, except
You know,
he's now got to fish out his scooter on top of it, so he's gonna have to go back in the drink.
yep. This one's great. You're gonna like this one.
Pena, puxa meu dedo.
Ah! Good job.
É nóis!
I thought you like that one.
Nice.
That one's good, isn't it?
Yes, it is. She's cute. Nice fart too.
Little cutums. Monkey sees. Monkey doos.
Oh, oh goodness.
Godzilla.
Is that one of those NAFO sons of
Like-
bitches over there? Come on.
That's just don't insult the sheep. That is sheep. Shiba Inu, glorious doggo.
Mm-hmm.
This one's funny.
Ma, look at the ducks. Ma, look at the... Oh, shit. Hey. It went down the drain. The ducks... What the... Hey. Ma. Holy shit.
The last
this duck
one is
just lost
just
its entire family. What the
like.
fuck? Ma, look at the ducks.
Wait.
Wow.
Ma, look at the... Oh, shit. Hey. It went down the drain. The ducks.
And now they all
What
go
the-
down the
Hey.
Aw.
Ma. Holy shit, this duck just lost its entire family. What the fuck? Oh, shit. The duck went down the drain.
The duck went down the drain. Why does that guy sound super Jersey? Why?
Because you know why.
Fuck.
Because that's my next door fucking neighbor. All right? That's why.
Next to your fucking neighbor. You fucking mind your business. This is the weapons of mass destruction we've been planning.
Nice. Take your shit. Take your shit.
Like this is the one that got me earlier because I was not expecting that.
That is sad with the ducks, Lisa. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure someone got them out of there.
I'm
Like,
not so sure. It's
you know?
snowy, it's cold, and I don't know how you would get them out, but out of your shit. I'll go get you.
That's a very internet video.
Not only that, but I'm gonna take a skateboard to come get you.
Yeah, that's the like. You think he's just gonna be cool, but nope. We got another one. We got another one of these things. I can have pizza.
I like how they bleep the cat. That's great.
Yep.
That's funnier than the cat's actual reaction.
So good. Oh, this fucking guy. Holy shit.
Oh no. What the fuck are you thinking? He's just holding his nuts. I'm worried about my feet. I'm worried about my nuts. What's he looking for? What, he dropped his watch? You dropped your wallet?
I don't know.
Drop your wedding ring? What the fuck is so important that you gotta go
Better be
there?
important, yeah.
Really? I bet he dropped his phone.
Who
It's got
knows?
some girl's phone number that he needs real bad. That's the only thing that would get me to go in
This
there.
guy
And I wouldn't
dropped
do
a
that.
brain cell.
Uh-oh.
Whee!
I love that that's all on camera. Oh, that is genius.
Oh,
okay.
Whoop.
Honestly,
Whoop.
I don't think he could have he could have anticipated that, and that really hurt his fucking neck, that last flip. Wow. That
Yep.
would really hurt your
Just
neck.
full scorpion. So look at this fucking crazy shit. You're at the county fair and you see this shit happen. Like, look at the fucking. Oh shit! Like, no, look at the fucking like
the whole
base.
thing is listing. Yeah, the whole thing is listing.
Like, it's like almost coming off the ground. Like. Oh. Like. Dude. If that fucking thing tipped over.
Yeah. It's on the. It's on
Like,
the 5
luckily they
o'clock.
all jumped.
It's on the 5 o'clock news.
They
That's what
jumped on
happens.
it.
And you know what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit like that happens all the time, and you never hear about it.
That was gonna be bad. So have you ever felt a supermarket completely rearrange itself while you weren't looking?
The last ride of your life. Yes, The Undertaker. What? What about rearranged? What? Yes, plenty.
Just watch this shit. Like,
They're literally moving the entire row. Are they clearing out the supermarket, or just literally like moving everything?
I think they're just moving it around. Yeah.
Well, I've seen that before, like literally, like once in a decade or whatever. Well, look, you have to look at what's underneath there. They have to clean that shit. That's gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have to have somewhere big enough.
It is cool.
Yeah, sure. That's a Walmart.
That's at Walmart. This guy shops at Walmart. Keep your eye on the beer. Ready? Go. do 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 do.
Oh. I was gonna catch that.
That means it hit someone. That face meant it hit someone.
Yeah,
that right there.
Maybe
That's
his
what that face meant. Yep. Oh God, not her. This one's very funny. This is our good friend Cardi B.
Students, please help me in welcoming your guest lecturer for the
Oh,
day,
this
Dr.
is
Cardi
great.
B.
Amen to Cardi.
because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you born with it. It's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas. And y'all bitches is shy to tell these niggas that they dick is hot. You gotta tell babe, yo, your dick smell like mustard, my nigga. You wanna throw my pH
Like mustard.
Y'all bitches be fucking these little dirty ass niggas. Y'all be sucking they dick and shit. And y'all be gagging on it. And y'all think y'all
Earmuffs for
gagging
the
on it because
kids.
the dick is big. But no, bitch, it's because
Yep.
it stinks. Another thing is, right, why your pH balance is thrown off, because y'all bitches need to fucking brush your teeth before you suck dick. Y'all eating barbecue ribs the whole day, bacon, egg, and cheese, then you suck your nigga dick, and right after, he directly put it inside your pussy. Now you got bacon, egg, and cheese grease inside your pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm only giving y'all this advice because I love you. If you don't want to take advice, all right then, bitch. Roll the dice and keep walking around with that dehydrated pussy.
Oh, she's great.
Everyone thank Cardi B for your lesson.
Love you, Cardi.
Okay.
I sent you some. I sent you something today from her. That was even. She literally
Also
just.
good.
Yes, she asked for some. She asked for some tweets and some explicit photos, and people certainly indulged her and sent her some pretty explicit photos on Twitter. So if you like Cardi B and you have the kids out of the room and you enjoy that kind of thing, you might want to go check out her timeline.
I know, right?
Holy bleep,
this one's
Batman,
fucking wild.
Breath mints and probiotics. Amen, Rick Solis. Yes. Oh, holy shit. Now I'm dying. Okay.
So this guy's trying to make a cool rollerblading video.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Ask Marco Polo and I never go solo because
And like,
you can't have the music.
Fucking wait, watch this shit. Watch this shit.
Oh,
Oh,
bing,
God.
Is she
He hits
smoking
like
a
the
blunt?
edge of the fucking door.
Oh, yeah,
no,
he
she's just like on her smoke break.
He got caromed.
Like,
bing, bing, off the freaking door. And he got seated.
Caromed.
You got seated, son. Boom.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Through the shoulder, right here.
Oh. I'm surprised his arm isn't broke.
Shoulder into the wall.
Like,
Ow.
That's fucked. What else we got? This one's great. We got truck. What happens to the truck?
Does it smash into a boat?
No.
Oh, it goes in the hole and it goes over. Oh, no.
And I gotta get out.
Uh-oh. Just a little insult to injury. Not only did he flip his truck.
Yep.
He's probably going to get fired.
Take a spin.
Oh, I'm going to get fired for this shit. Oh.
This fucking thing.
Oh.
Like.
Go a little slower next time, bro.
And.
Oh.
Pink.
Yeah,
like,
that's not bueno.
That face is exactly the face you make, too. Like, oh, fuck. You know?
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
It's a bus, but it's a pool.
It's a
bus.
Dude.
But it's a pool, but it's a bus.
That means I got a lot of money.
Is it? But why this though?
Because I got a lot of money. Because that's the only reason that you'd ever do this.
But but like, couldn't you have gotten like?
That's fuck everybody money.
Couldn't you have gotten like just like couldn't you have just made a pool?
How about fuck the poor and the homeless?
Instead of having like
that's
a
literally
weird
fuck everybody money.
Sure.
I'm gonna make a pool out of a side of a school bus, or a side of a luxury bus, or a city bus, whatever.
So you got to tell me if this is cool. You got to tell me.
Wait, guess what I can do. Hold on.
Come on.
Isn't that so cool though?
Come on.
Isn't it though?
That's totally fake.
Is it? I mean,
What I can do.
like,
Isn't that so cool though?
That's hot. That's hot.
I mean, we'll leave it to the judges, but
they still say it's
you know,
digitally enhanced, but yes.
You got to tell me if this is cool though. You ready?
Are they
Is
supposed
this cool?
Are they supposed to be the Blue Man Group? Are they supposed to be NATO?
I don't know.
What?
But like,
what's going on there?
I mean,
that's his
other
goatee
way?
that's painted white. I guess. What the dead eyes tell me everything, so.
Is that what it is?
Wow.
Like, I mean,
what? Diplomat? What? And what are they drinking it out of? A tin can that. What the hell is going on in that picture, bro?
This is why I wanted to. This is what I wanted to know. You know, like
it's not from around here. I can tell you that.
Nope.
Neither is he.
So we will celebrate their greatness.
Oh no. One of those cars is catching.
God, they have fun over there.
It looks like he's having a little bit of trouble holding on to that thing.
I mean, he's doing all right. He's doing okay. Those rounds will hit some, like house in the distance. Do you ever wonder why your luggage gets messed up at the airport?
Oh, I've seen these. These conveyor belts are really.
Now you understand why your luggage gets messed up at the airport.
Wow.
Like,
that's a hard hit.
You should turn the yep. So is this.
Hard case luggage, everybody. But you know why they do that, right? By the way. Oh boy. You know why they do that with the luggage? They want to bust it open. They want to bust it open.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. Because then if they find something, they can say, well, it just opened. And we just found it.
Oh, makes sense.
I'm guessing that's going downhill. Oh, and he thought he was in park.
Ça va? Ça va?
He was in neutral.
T'es sûr?
No emergency brake. And down the hill he went.
Nope.
And down the hill everything else went.
This man we should worship as a god. How is he doing that?
Wow.
That is skill.
That is impressive.
Like,
I was gonna say that it's actually like a hat and the beer's not real, but
I think that's just skill right there.
Oh goodness.
Do you know about Carrie Lake?
Yeah, we sure do. I do, unfortunately. Hey, it's coming from the Daily Wire, which can't be good.
Oh god, this is actually it's pretty good. The response is pretty good.
Hi. Hi. Nice to see you. You don't have a mask on anymore. What's going on?
Outside. Do you have a minute to
Well,
chat?
we're 6 feet apart.
Do you have a minute to chat?
I'll do an interview.
Okay.
As long as it airs on CNN Plus. Does that still exist? I didn't think so, because the people don't like what you guys are peddling, which is propaganda. Thank you.
Oh, this brand of blah 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 blah.
Well,
look at the title of that. Here's what everyone gets wrong about trust in media at reliable sources. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Who has to go?
Welcome. Right?
Who must go?
Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future.
Steak could soon be 3D printed. That's
Oh.
if you live in Europe.
Israeli company Redefine Meat has struck a partnership with importer Geraldi Meats to drive European distribution of its new meat steak cuts. The startup is hoping to establish its products as an alternative to
Why is your mask off, bro?
meat.
Uh-huh.
Why is he in the lab with a mask off?
Printers at its Rehovot
Hold on, they're 3D printing meat, bro. I think that's more important than his mask.
in the Netherlands. Manager of the
Look at the 3D printed meat.
Dude, look at the filet mignon. Holy shit.
When I want to create my steak, I have a library of a few different slabs. I can choose each one of them and I can adjust it accordingly. I can define the amount of marbling, the internal fat or the external fat.
Come on.
Wagyu, please.
So I'm putting it, this is my cue, this is my
Printing
my
fat.
I know that in an hour
Ow.
Yep.
I will need to refill the machine with new material.
What the fuck is in that? It's not meat.
Process, and you can see how
It's close enough.
Layer by layer.
Okay, you can eat
The
it.
company makes its products from ingredients including soy and pea proteins, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeasts, and coconut fat. Co-founder and chief executive Eshchar Ben Shitrit said Redefine Meat was launching tenderloin and striploin steaks.
In the past 2 years, we have been working deeply on understanding meat and what makes meat so exciting. And we identified a few components that we can recreate from plants and have the same exact performance as the tissue of animal meat, giving you
Dog food is right, Yipper.
The exact feeling you experience a good steak, a good cut of meat coming from an animal without the use of the animal.
Plant-based meat alternatives have become increasingly popular in recent years. Spanish startup Nova Meat is also using 3D printing technology to manufacture vegetarian steaks. But the early hype about plant-based meat alternatives has ebbed, as inflation and recession worries have driven some customers back to cheaper animal meat products. Companies such as US-based Beyond Meat have cut their sales outlooks. Redefine Meat, however, has big ambitions. Its new meat is currently available.
Maybe because they've got the Israeli government and the US government behind them.
Almost 1,000 restaurants are
Maybe.
paying about
Oh, guaranteed. This is definitely like a Mossad, Bill Gates. This has World Economic Forum shit written all over it, man.
All over it.
All over it. Oh my god, this is so frightening. This is dystopian shit right here. Eat sea bugs, because when is it going to be not plant-based meat, but insect-based meat?
Is a big part of the meat industry. It replaces a lot of the meat that people consume today that is bad for the environment and bad for
Also,
most of the people in the supply. I still believe that people...
My mother bought the other day
Healthcare, please.
And these two industries will
plant-based rice.
even when we will become...
Now, would you like to tell me how rice was not plant-based to begin with?
My wife, she has cauliflower rice.
Worthwhile to pursue it in the next decade.
This wasn't even cauliflower rice. This was like plant-based rice. Like, I know cauliflower is also plant, but it wasn't cauliflower.
I was gonna say, isn't that also a plant? But okay, that's creepy.
What is this device? Also, like, what is this?
It's
what is this like
it's
weird
a
torture device?
Vice grips of what?
The meat doesn't taste good without fear. Like, what?
The meat torture. Yes, it's like the stockades or the stocks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. What
this is a,
oh my god, that's so creepy.
This is a child dentistry robot.
What are we witnessing? What are we witnessing, folks? Having a seizure. Good luck.
No, child dentistry. This is how you do dentistry on children.
Yeah, good luck. How do you work with a child who's having a seizure? Is that the lesson?
Or
here?
just a fit.
It's dilating her pupils? Get the fuck out of here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like
Jeffrey Epstein better get nowhere. Like Epstein's cohorts better get nowhere near those robots. It's creepy.
I'm sure they already had those robots.
Oh, see, Warren had it. That used to be a penis. Yes, we know.
Yep. Plant-based penis, though.
He was talking about the plant-based. He was talking about the meat in the stretcher. Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it, a plant penis?
You ready for this one? This one's gonna be good.
He's gonna go far. You're gonna go far.
Oh. That noise he made, dude. Just the fear of God, real quick.
Well, the fear that I'm gonna crush my head on the rocks below me. Yeah, that would. Make
like this is my death. Oh, I'm safe. This one's good.
Police, open up. What do you want? We just want to talk. You have a warrant? No, but just come outside. We want to talk with you. I don't want to talk. How many of you are there? There's 2 of us, sir. Good, then talk to each other.
Perfect. Talk to each other.
Oh, fuck.
And they go away after that. We don't know.
I don't think that's gonna work out very well, but just for a feeling.
Oh no. What do you think about this? You think this is gonna work out well?
Women are gonna hurt each other over this. Oh my. See, what you gotta do is you gotta.
Who's your money on?
Come on, I gotta go with the big girl.
You gotta go with the big girl? All right.
She's got a friend. Green dress is not gonna win. Oh, green dress is locked on.
She got a flower. Yeah, I got one. Like,
green dress is locked on.
We'll never know who won.
Oh, I can tell you who won. She's gonna fall on that
also,
goddamn thing.
Also, it is giving the guy a lot of time to run. You know? Like,
yes.
He could be out of there.
Well, just remember that will forever be on tape, and whoever she's with will see that. And she did not remember that.
Yeah.
Well.
So his first OnlyFans paycheck came in today.
All right.
Paycheck came in today, and I'm going to use
duck?
20 grand of it to pay off my sister's student loans. Because why the fuck not?
Anthony, you're gonna break my fucking door! Oh my god!
What the fuck?
He just fucking throws money at him.
Well,
he used 20 grand of it and just threw 20 grand. Like,
well, at least you're gonna have fun with it, but sure.
Yeah, this is the guy running. Says Yipper. This one's
Private
very
Pile,
good.
Get down off my boat.
Private Pile, get off on my obstacle.
That's exactly what I think when I see that.
Create an L on the yellow beam corner. Wait. Listen. Trainee, fix yourself.
How long?
Fix yourself, trainee.
How long?
Fix yourself.
How long they let her lay there?
They're just gonna drop her down for him, they, them.
Cue the Looney Tunes
so
music.
here's what happens after. Here's what happens after.
This one, I pull it tight, and then I stick this hand in the crease of my arm right here, and then this hand goes on the back of his head, and then okay, I haven't started yet, right? Okay, so and then I'm gonna pull up and squeeze with my arms, and then I'm gonna pull up on his head, and then.
Okay, boys and girls, elbows together, shoulders back. Make sure your head's tight.
Night. He doesn't think she's gonna be able to do it. Out he goes. Wow. He's out on Dream Street.
Good night.
Wow. Listen to all those guys go crazy. Ah!
Yeah! Brain damage! Woo!
Cut off the oxygen to his brain. Nice.
Yeah!
Oh, God. Oh, it's got to be in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's pickled herring. Nice. Oh, I know where that is
It's just
too.
the music that fucking.
That's awesome.
Like kills that.
That is great. That's from above.
Holy shit! What the fuck is going on in New York? Can you guys explain?
Bro, you record me? No, don't record.
Are you recording me?
He needed a new hat.
Oh, new hat. Are you recording me? Bro, don't record me.
Don't record me.
Dude, this is fucking. Oh my god. Oh, Los Chanclas wins every time.
Oh no, it's morning. Oh no, it's fucking morning.
No.
¿Y eso qué?
Oh shit. Oh shit. No, es falsa. Es falsa. Oh shit. No, ma, son de mentiras.
A ver, dame
Son de mentiras. No, son de mentiras. Son fake, ma.
I love how he's afraid of her. He's got a fucking
So
semi-automatic right there.
I know, right? Yeah, but like mom's gonna fuck you up, dude. Los Chanclas, mom.
Okay. Oh shit.
Okay.
Ma. No, ma. Son de mentiras.
No, ma.
Okay, ma.
The fuck out of here, homie. Fuck, homie.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
fucking morning.
Bro, that's what happens when you live in your mommy's house.
Yep.
Abuela for the
Where does
win,
this
that's
guy
right.
live, though? Where does this guy live?
Oh, in the Middle East somewhere. Oh, God. Morocco? Oh, I can't even look at that. It's so gross. Bro, do some fucking
Can't look
belly
at what?
crunches. Do some stomach crunches. All right?
Dude,
get
that's...
it. Elephantitis
That's like
of the biceps?
synthol. That's like...
That's like
No,
elephantitis.
that's like he's injected fluid in there.
Something.
Like
it's gross.
Yep.
That is gross.
Well, you know how we end with things here.
It's bang time.
Yep.
And it's
you ready for
foreign
this
bangs. Foreign bangs.
Bomniche.
Gotta be Indonesia. They're crazy motherfuckers over there. He's going for a ride. Yes. A firework does burn through plastic and will burn your asshole. Yes. That's what they tried to do. They tried to make it like the plastic bucket. Inside the bucket, the firework. Yes, it will burn your ass. Yes.
I just love the fucking theatrics.
Sure.
It's just funny.
Who needs exercise? Yeah. All right. What's next? What do
The
we got?
dad out on the grill.
Oh no. Dude. Gas grill. Oh no. He knew it was going to blow. He ran. Boom. That's a Weber too. Uh-oh. What's the aftermath? What the fuck did he put?
Oh God. He put like a firecracker in there, I think.
Glass doors. People who live in glass houses. Oh, shout out to
the company
Office Space.
copy machine. Yeah, he literally.
Mike Bolton.
Put it in the bag.
Shout out to Mike Bolton at Office Space.
Bad decisions. Bad decisions. Ass crack I'm staring at right now. That's a bad decision.
Run,
Cletus.
Oh no. Oh! That never goes the way you think it's gonna go. That was pretty good.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's out of toner.
Low letter B. Fuck is low letter B?
Low letter B.
You're frozen, by the way.
Well, am I? Why?
You are.
Why?
You are Elsa and Anna frozen. Uh-huh.
Yay.
Yay.
OBS died.
And nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. Yeah, there's the paper jam, exactly. Lisa, and paper jam. Anyway, we've got a really busy week coming up at INN. And on how did we miss that? Maybe. I'm not really sure, but I still see you frozen. That's a very steady look on your in your eyes. Anyway, this week we have got on Monday Tara Reid tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on INN and on her channel. Subscribe to Tara Reid. She's going to be having on Delilah Barrios, Green Party candidate for governor of Texas. Way better than Rick Perry or whoever's running that, Greg Abbott. Way better than Beto O'Rourke. She's badass. Love her. Shout out to Delilah. No, not you still. Then we also have, I think it might be Discord. And then Tuesday night, we've got American Tradition with Jesse. Jesse needed a night off to break on Tuesday night, so we're going to be... Reef is very focused. He's not even blinking. So Wednesday night, we've got INN News. Thursday night, Friday night, I don't know. Rick Solis, Hometown Girl. Yes, Delilah, she's awesome. Big fan, friend of hers, friend of Indie Left, friend of INN. And Tara and she are going to be talking tonight to prep for tomorrow night. So 10 p.m. on all of your Indie News Network channels, as well as on your Tara Reid channels on Rumble, Rockfin, YouTube, Odyssey, everywhere. I got to make her streams actually tonight. Crab, by the way, Crab, I need a thumbnail for that, please. If we haven't done that yet, thank you. Next, Friday night, Reefer After Dark. Okay, Reef is still very much in concentration mode. We don't have the timer up.
Yep.
Womp womp. Your camera's frozen. Anyway, you're in Stoner Avenue. Recent sleepy time. Friday night, maybe Elite Reefer After Dark. It is Halloween weekend. Next Sunday night, we will be doing a stream, and it will be turning Halloween at midnight as we end the show, I'm guessing. I don't know what that means, but we're certainly going to have a Halloween kind of bang. Yeah, man. And, then within a couple of weeks, INN's anniversary, 1 year anniversary for Indie News Network is coming up. So I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing for that. Maybe just kicking everybody out. No, I'm just kidding. We're love my family. This is great. They're just clowning. But, yeah, shout out to INN. Hey, Reef's back. Yay! He's back for the end of the show. Freaks come out at night. So, just in time for us to say goodnight to everybody and to tell everyone to always question everyone's motivations, because I never stop doing that. And Reef always likes to say,
give us what little birds have to tell you, everyone. Good night.
I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back thinking, what did they actually say?
So I try to